Protest slogans rang out as about 1,000 people gathered outside a Hong Kong court on Monday. They came for the hearing of 47 democracy activists charged with what the communist regime calls conspiracy to commit subversion. NTD's Soraya Ali reports.
Hundreds of protesters gathered outside a Hong Kong court on Monday for the hearing of 47 democracy activists charged with conspiracy to commit subversion. Security was tight with more than 100 police officers deployed. Protesters chanted slogans. Many wore black, the colour associated with the 2019 anti-government protests. And some raised the three-finger salute that has become the symbol of protest against authoritarian rule in Myanmar. The activists inside are accused of organising and participating in an unofficial primary election last July aimed at selecting the strongest candidates for a legislative council election. Authorities said the informal poll was part of a plan to overthrow the government. Critics say that's a clear sign that Hong Kong has taken a swift authoritarian turn since Beijing imposed a national security law last June. Since the legislation was imposed, some elected legislators have been disqualified, scores of activists arrested, and others have fled overseas. Ivy Chan supports the pro-democracy movement.
This group of people are our allies who fight for democracy and freedom. There is nothing else we can do. We queue here to let everyone know that we are still here. Hong Kongers cannot be defeated. We will continue to fight on.
The activists were charged on Sunday under the law, which punishes what China broadly defines as secession, subversion, terrorism and collusion with foreign forces, with up to life in prison. US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken called for the 47 to be released immediately. British Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab described the charges as deeply disturbing.
Exiled Hong Kong activist Sunny Cheong considers Beijing's move a very strong signal from CCP head Xi Jinping that he wants to eradicate the entire pro-democracy camp in Hong Kong. Sunny Cheong has taken part in the pro-democracy camp's primary election in Hong Kong last year. He believes if the international community doesn't react to the authoritarianism of the Chinese Communist Party, Xi Jinping will win and liberty and democracy will fail. A Canadian parliamentary committee is urging the federal government to condemn Beijing's crackdown on Hong Kong's democracy. This, according to a report last Thursday. The Special Committee on Canada-China Relations is pressuring the government to consider sanctions on Chinese officials responsible for, quote, gross violations of Hong Kong's freedoms. Among other concerns, the report comes in light of alleged threats against people in Canada that show support for Hong Kong's democracy.